Hacksters! Today on the show we have Fabien Chouteau, who is an embedded software engineer and has built a really cool Sudoku drawing robot using AdaCore. What's up, Fabien?
Hey, what's up? I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. So tell us about your drawing robot. What's the deal? What did you make?
Well, it started a few years ago. I wanted to write G-code controller. So G-code is the language for machine tools, more or less. And since I'm working for a company that develops the Ada programming language, I wanted to have this kind of software written in the Ada language. And so I started that. And the first project actually is on Hackster.io. It's a small CNC machine made with old DVD players, recycled. And so that's the beginning of this project. And then I made a few iterations, going bigger and bigger, and ended up with the Sudoku drawing machine.
Cool. I've just found your Hackster profile. I ought to have realized that was up there earlier. Let's take a look.
There's a few cool stuff.
It looks like it. So we've got the eagle has landed. Wow, cool. Formal proof on your wrist. Oh, look at that. And then here are some of your, here's your CNC.
Yeah, so this is the first iteration.
That's really cool. So what got you started with Ada?
Well, I guess when I got the job at AdaCore.
Oh, sure.
I learned about this language a little bit in my engineering school, but really when I started programming in it for my job. Yeah.
And what is it like working with Ada? What is the language designed for, and what's it like using it?
So the language is really designed for safety critical embedded applications. So domains where the failure is not an option. So you will see a lot in aircrafts, rockets, satellites, trains, cars, medical devices, these kind of things. And what's special about it is that it allows the programmer to specify very precisely what is expected from the program. And when something goes wrong, you instantly get an error message and you can debug it. And so the idea is that when there's an error, you know it very fast and you can fix it and go and move on.
That's awesome. That seems really good for if you really can't have something fail. Yeah. I have a short video clip of your robot working. So this is using an AxioDraw machine, which are sort of designed for making art.
Mad scientists.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel here, so they have a pretty nice platform.
So here I also have a video of the brain of the robot. What's going on here? It looks like an ESP32, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not using that actually, so it's a bit messy. But the main board is a RISC-V 64-bit CPU.
Oh, cool.
i5, it's the first silicon chip that is able to run Linux. But actually, in this example, there's only 100% Ada code running on it, so it's bare metal. Gray cables going to an Arduino shield.
Oh yeah.
That has the stepper drivers, and so that's the interface.
Oh, cool.
And underneath, there's also a level shifter because the RISC-V board actually has quite low level signals, which is usual for this kind of board.
What was it like designing a Sudoku robot? Did you write your own code for it completely? Is there some kind of a template people can use to generate this?
So actually, the Sudoku is really like the came at the last minute of the project. So at the beginning, the machine was drawing like the company logo and the RISC-V logo. And actually, it's on a whiteboard. If you look at it, it's on a whiteboard, and it was supposed to erase everything and start again. Like every 5 minutes, but it's a bit boring at some point, and so I don't know how, but I thought let's draw a Sudoku grid.
Yeah.
And so it's just for the moment I'm not generating the Sudoku grid. There's just a limited number fixed in the program, and then it's really just basically drawing a grid. So just inputting a few coordinates for the line, and then you specify what number you want where, and
So it's not randomly generating the Sudoku puzzles. You've like put those in beforehand.
Yeah, for the moment, it's not generating it yet. That's the next step.
Oh yeah.
For the
Especially being
project.
able, I noticed that they were graded as like easy, medium, and hard. And I gotta stick with the easy one.
Yeah,
It's really nice that you have that.
yeah. I took three grids of different level, and just that's just statically in the program for the moment.
That's pretty great. You said that at first it was just drawing the logo of the project, and it looks like this is what you were doing with your first one, which is over here. Here we go. And I also noticed with this robot, the earlier one, that it looks like it's got saw blades built into the frame. That is so cool. You're using.
Actually, it's part of the DVD players that I
Oh.
cut with big scissors. But
Oh
it's
yeah, right. It does look like tin snips, like would leave that kind of.
yeah, exactly. It's
Ah.
very DIY, but it's working.
No, yeah, and I like the attachment for the pen on this. The springs are brilliant because it's very adjustable. It'll hold any kind of thing without
Yeah,
you having to.
that's actually like a very difficult part of doing this kind of machines because you don't want to smash the pen on the paper,
No, yeah,
and on the other hand, the surface is not perfectly flat. So
yeah. I have.
having yeah, sorry.
No, yeah, I have that same problem with my AxiDraw. Actually, is just like setting the right pen height.
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
What other kinds of challenges did you come into?
Mm, well, I guess for this one, there's a lot of wires to extend because I'm taking the driver board from the AxiDraw and replacing it completely. So I have
Oh,
to deal with a bunch of wires. Uh, that was a bit tedious.
okay.
But other than that, it's I mean, as I said, it's like the last step of multiple projects. So I solved a little bit at a time, and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one
This is
was
really
pretty.
interesting. I've never seen anyone control the AxiDraw with anything but a computer before. Like I usually drive it through Inkscape, but you've not only written your own code to drive it, you've built your own computer to drive it, which is pretty incredible.
So this is, as I said, it's really it's bare metal. So there's absolutely no other code. There's no operating system. That's part of what I do for my job. So I'm really used to these kind of things. And so you have
Right.
to write drivers and but fortunately the Sci5 board has a nice debugger embedded into it. So you can easily put a breakpoint and see what's wrong, and things will go wrong, of course, because when you are this close to the hardware, it's always a bit difficult.
Mm,
But then the program is relatively basic, so I just needed to have some drivers for the GPIO and the timers to be able to have a precise execution of the steps.
cool. I noticed you have a project running Ada on the microbit. This is super cool in case you're like
Yeah,
running your
absolutely.
mission
The mic-
critical factory stuff on a microbit. You can make sure that it's reliable.
yeah. So we developed the support for the microbit because it's a really nice board. It's very affordable and yet a nice feature on it. And so that's typically one of the boards we recommend if you want to start programming in Ada.
Did you make
Uh,
this?
yes, absolutely, I did.
What? So cool. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this with sound. No way, look at this. Wow. Ha ha ha
This
ha.
is an. Do you know the
The Winter Catan,
marble
like marble
machine?
machine? Yeah. And this is like with a
So
xylophone. I'm
this
gonna
is an
turn up
homage,
the
yes.
audio just a little bit. Oh, it's so cool. And these are solenoids you have playing it?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Have you written any other compositions for it?
No. I took the music from Wintergatan and that's it.
It seems like a lot of
Uh,
coding to like put any particular song in it.
Actually, so I have sorry, I have a script that takes a MIDI file and translate it into instructions for this machine.
Oh, really? I would love to
Yeah.
know about that actually, because I've been trying to work with Sonic Pi and just like converting regular tunes into like play this note, play that note is such a
Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
slog.
well, typically you do that with like a Python script on something that takes a MIDI and generates code on the other hand.
Brilliant. I must learn this magic. So part of the reason that it's cool to talk about this right now is that we also have a contest going on with AdaCore. So if you go to hackster.io/contests, it's one of these community contests. And that is still running until submissions are open until January 31st. So people still have like a week to get their projects in. And I'm really excited to see what people are building with this.
We already have four submissions, I think, which are already pretty nice.
Yeah. And whoever wins this gets $2,000 in cash. Amazing.
Yes. So we have 10 finalists with $600 each, and then we have a winner at 2,000, and there's a student prize as well, which is the analog discovery tool. So that's pretty nice.
I was just telling people about these awesome little squeezy grabby test probe hook things that are shown in this. I mean, I know that this isn't the most exciting thing about the contest, but let me just tell you, like this kind of analog testing kit looks really cool, and I love those little squeezy grabber hooks, so I would be thrilled to get that if I were a winner. So cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing your project with us. Any plans for more after this? What's on your table?
Well, I always have a long to-do list. I actually have a few projects that are already done, and I'm waiting to write the blog post. Or like I have a RISC-V simulator, for instance. I have different libraries and different stuff I'm working on. I'm working on writing a video game for the PyGamer board from Adafruit. Actually, I can show you a preview of that because I have something working.
Yes, please.
You want to?
Yeah, okay, yeah. There it is. It looks like a little platformer. Oh yeah, there we
go. Where's the button? Yeah, it's not easy like that. That's the next project.
Fabulous. And what's your strategy for writing up projects? Do you take photos and write up your notes as you go? Do you like wait until the end and then hope that you remember everything? I sometimes like do one and sometimes the other.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same for me. I don't have any rules. Usually I'm more interested in the project itself, so I'm rushing on the project and taking pictures afterwards.
Especially when it's your job.
Sorry?
Especially when it's your job and you kind of like need to get things done. What were you saying?
Yeah. No, I was saying sometimes it takes a month for me after the project is done to write the log, and just because I'm waiting for you're waiting for the right ID for the project, but you also need the right ID for the log. And
yeah, I've got a bunch of draft projects still in my account. But I can't wait to see the write-ups for these ones. That's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna follow you right now. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with next. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, have an awesome day.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Bye.